What's up, guys? Let's do some more SQL. So here we have a question called page recommendations. We have two tables, friendship and likes. So here we can see user ID 1 and user ID 2 are the primary key. So this combination is unique per row. And this signifies the relationship between two users with two different IDs, right? And here we have user ID and page ID being the primary key of this table. So, each user and page will only have one row. And we need to write a solution to recommend the pages for the user ID 1 using the pages that user ID's one's friends liked. And it shouldn't recommend any pages that user already liked, right? So we can return this in any order. And let's look at an example here. So we can see user ID 1 has a relationship with 2, 3, and 4, and also 6, right? As you can see here. And looking at what pages the users liked, we can see 88 is the only page that they liked so far. So we can't have that in our output. And looking at 2, 3, 4, and 6 being user 1's friends, let's look at what they liked. User 2 liked 23, and 3 liked 24, and 4 liked 56, and 6 liked 33, 2 liked 77, and 6 liked 88, which is something that we already liked, right? So we can't really count that. So this is our output. Looking at it, so we have 23, 24, 56, 33, 77, right? So how would we do this question? Well, there are multiple ways to do this question, but the way that makes sense to me is let's look at all the friends of that user, right? So say we did two select statements. We have one select statement. We get all the user 2 IDs from where user 1 ID is 1, right? Wherever it's 1, let's build a list. So we have 2, 3, and 4, right? And then we'll do another select statement where user 2 ID is 1, and that would give us 6. So we could do a union and get 2, 3, 4, and 6, right? And then using this list that we just made with our subquery, we can go through our likes table, right? We could do a join, right, with our likes table in our subquery. So here's our example table, and then here's our likes table, right? And in this case, we can just do an inner join, since if the user ID doesn't exist, then they probably don't have a page to recommend us. So let's just do a join. And here we can see that 2 has 23, and 3 has 24, and 4 has 56, and 6 has 33, and here we have another 2, which is 77, 3 has another 77, and 6 has 88, right? So this would be the product of our join. And then we can do a simple where statement. So where any of these page IDs are not in what the user already likes. So we could do a simple where the page ID is not in, and then we can do another subquery to find all the pages that user 1 already liked, right? So user 1 only liked 88. So whenever one of these pages is not an 88, we'll take that, right? So that would be all these, right? And then we just want to have a simple distinct statement in front of our select to make sure we don't have any duplicates here, right? So hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to get into coding. So here's our editor. So let's do select, and we definitely want to have this distinct here, likes.page_id, and we want to select from a subquery that we're going to build, right? Actually, before we do this, let's build our list of friends for the user ID 1. So we can do user 2 ID from friendship where user 1 equals 1. And then we can do our union. And our union makes sure that we don't have any duplicate values. User 2. So we should get something that has 2, 3, 4, and 6 as our union values. So we get 2, 3, 4, and 6, right? So now we can do our select statement. We want to join it, right? We want to join our subquery with our likes table to get all the page IDs from our friends, from what our friends liked, right? And then we'll do another where statement to make sure it's not something we already liked. So let's do that. Do likes.page ID from we'll call this A. We'll do our join likes on a dot. We'll actually rename this to friend ID just to make this more readable. So a.friend ID equals likes.user ID. Okay. And now we want to do a quick where likes.page ID is not in another subquery, which is the user 1's liked pages. So let's do page ID likes where user ID equals 1. Right? So then we also have to make sure this is distinct. Let's run this. Oh, I think we need to rename this to recommended pages. Okay. Okay, cool. So this worked, and hopefully you learned something. Thanks for watching.